3号ホームランを打って、復調の兆しを見せている大谷翔平。今シーズンは、打者一本に専念しています。昨年トミージョン手術を行い、投手としてはリハビリを行っています。そこで今回は、トミージョン手術について海外テレビで取り上げられていますので、ロバーツ監督のインタビューと一緒に翻訳動画としてご覧ください。
Tyler Glasnow, ahead of the game, you told us that you wanted to see him just be more efficient through the entirety of his outing. With what he did today, is that exactly what you were looking for?
That's exactly what we were looking for. We've seen Tyler over the years from the other side, and this is one of those things from pitch 1 to pitch 90 or 87, whatever it was tonight. He had complete control of the game, and he was throwing his fastball to all quadrants. And tonight, for me, I just thought the breaking ball was a game changer. He was striking it. He was getting swing and miss. He was working ahead. I think he had 14 strikeouts versus no walks. And so, that was as dominant as we've seen him all year, and expect more of that to come.
It's only his fourth start of the season. To see him get to this point so early in the year, just what does that say about him and the potential that he really has this season?
Well, you look at the big leagues, he's an ace for any team, and so he demonstrated that tonight. And so, I thought Will did a great job with the fingers. I thought he caught the ball really well tonight, and I think we're doing a great job of how we're managing them, using them, give them ample recovery. And today it was just all about him and, just dominating. And, we had some big hits, a couple 3-run homers, and, certainly that was all we needed.
Do you get excited watching him, especially that stretch where he's punching out 5-6 guys in a row, and you start thinking about, what that means? Not only for tonight, but just kind of the full season, and having a guy like that at the top of your rotation.
I do, and I think everyone does. And it's different in the sense that he's pretty easy to manage as far as, during the game. But to have a guy that that can shut a team out or dominate a team, and you can throw up a couple crooked numbers and win the ball game and save a lot of your leverage guys, it's certainly comforting and exciting. But I think that, even with Bobby tomorrow, I'm excited to see him bounce back from his start in Chicago. So it is nice that we have the arsenal to kind of run out those guys with high-end stuff.
How early did you sort of tell that he was kind of this locked in with his delivery?
I thought, because the first few, there were times where he was locked in and then it kind of went awry a little bit. I saw the same stuff, and he just continued to maintain it throughout. But I thought him being able to strike the breaking ball versus right, versus left was a big tell for me.
We talked a lot about Mookie Betts' hot start, and then we kind of switched over to Shohei. And all along, Will Smith has just quietly been hitting 400. Should we be noticing him a little more?
Well, I think so, but I don't think I think he likes it that way. As far as being under the radar, he's hitting fourth in a pretty dang good lineup, so he's not going unnoticed here. I think he's an all-star, and I think he's a star player, and he's very consistent. And I think the big three certainly gets a lot of media attention. But, that four-hitter's pretty dang good, too. And, he's very consistent, and, he's exactly what we need behind those three guys.
Do you think James has unlocked something just from what you've seen from the home run last night to the home run tonight and just his at-bats tonight?
I do. And even with the home run last night, I thought, to be honest, I thought that he was a little off balance. I thought it ran into his bat. Tonight, I thought going to center field with the fastball at the belt, and then even the breaking ball they hit deep to center field, I thought those were much better swings. So I do think that, he's kind of unlocking something pretty good.
You got any fight with Tyler, just how he was pitching coming out of the game?
No. I think that he understands that, our best interest is to take care of him, and he's a big part of what we're trying to do. So to think about one more inning to log, there's not a whole lot of upside for me.
Is this kind of like what the new version of a complete game is, where a guy has a bunch of strikeouts, no runs, no walks, that's sort of just that kind of dominance?
I think so. But, his pitch count was fine. But I still think that, this is fourth start. We're still in April. There's a lot of stuff going around right now. You got to make sure you protect these guys the best you can. And there's some other guys that we hadn't thrown in quite some time that needed to pitch as well.
Did it feel like, I know different circumstances, but a little bit of deja vu from 2 years ago with Kershaw?
No. That was a completely different thing, I think. And I still think we handled that one the right way.
Think of Mr. Glasnow tonight.
But it was really good. He was attacking the zone, getting ahead, and putting guys away. It's probably the best start he's had with us. So, hopefully he gets a little rest, 5-6 days, and be back out there and expect another good one.
He seemed like he was really overwhelming them with his fastball in particular. Why was that? What was it about that pitch?
I think it was just coming out of his hand really good today. It's good velo, spinning it good. He had really good command of it. Just putting it in really good spots, and when he's mixing, it's really tough to hit. So yeah.
What's it like calling a game for a guy who can sort of have that kind of arsenal, especially when it's all kind of working?
Yeah, it's fun. You're just making sure you're mixing speeds, mixing locations, just not letting guys keyhole and get in on them. So yeah, I thought he did a really good job tonight, and it was a fun one to catch.
We talked a lot about Mookie Betts' hot start, and then we kind of got excited about Shohei over here. And then we looked up, and you're hitting 400. Do you feel like you kind of overshadowed in that group?
Maybe. That's fine by me. So, yeah, just trying to, put together good at-bats, drive guys in, and, help the team win.
Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani will soon start a throwing program just months after having successful Tommy John surgery. Ohtani's fast recovery is a testament to the revolutionary procedure originally performed 50 years ago. Circle of Health reporter Denise Dodor talked with the doctor who performed Ohtani's elbow surgery.
With that powerful arm, Dodgers pitcher Shohei Ohtani displays control, command, and speed. His throwing skills rose to new heights after a 2018 surgery to repair a torn elbow ligament.
Within 2 years after his Tommy John operation, was throwing well over 100, and then last March, about a year ago, was clocked at over 100, 103.
Dr. Neil Elitrash performed that surgery while Ohtani played for the Angels. As a Dodgers head team doctor, he looked on with admiration, but also concern.
Those are the times when we get worried. Those are new forces that the body's going to have to withstand that we don't know how that's going to go.
The ligament did tear again. In September, Dr. Elitrash performed the Tommy John revision on Ohtani's right elbow. Despite that, interest in the two-way star didn't wane. Many teams besides the Dodgers offered him colossal multi-year deals.
The sport is willing to invest enormous amounts of money in these players.
Dr. Elitrash, chairman of the Curlin Job Foundation, trained under Dr. Frank Jobe, who pioneered the surgery and named it after his first patient, Tommy John. The Dodgers pitcher retired at age 46 after 26 MLB seasons. Dr. Jobe perfected it at Rancho Los Amigos, repairing and replacing tendons of disabled children.
To make them take the place of other tendons and muscles that are otherwise paralyzed or damaged.
This ligament keeps the elbow hinge stable, but when pitchers throw, it unlocks the hinge, putting incredible force on the fibrous tissue. Doctors replace it with a donor graft, usually from the forearm or hamstring.
About 25% of all pitchers in Major League Baseball will have had or will need a Tommy John operation.
Dr. Elitrash describes Ohtani's second procedure as a hybrid one, involving an internal brace and some fancy suturing.
I would weave the suture in the good part of the ligament, pull it tight, and then repair it.
As a left-hand hitter, Ohtani is off to a strong start with the Dodgers. Elitrash says being able to see athletes return and do well is the greatest reward. But when Ohtani takes the mound again this fall, the idea of reliving an historic event is not lost on him.
Very ironic that it's happening to a Dodger pitcher in Los Angeles, 50 years to the date of the first Tommy John. I'll be just as interested as anybody else.
Denise Dodor, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
大谷が早く投げれるようになり、二刀流として活躍している姿が早く見たいですね。このチャンネルは日本人選手に対する海外のインタビューなどの翻訳動画をご紹介します。ぜひ、チャンネル登録高評価よろしくお願いいたします。